I also see white lines across the top of her head, which indicate trauma.
Oh.
Then she stopped and turned to Detective Martin and said, Frank, I think you've got a homicide here. Shilie was killed. She's not missing.
Oh, gosh.
Guys, we don't place ICE commercials.
Oh, yeah. From the top, let's talk about this.
We don't place any commercials, really.
Well, no, if you have heard an ICE recruiting ad on this podcast, that we did not do that. They're sneaking in, putting a category that it shouldn't be, because they know that everyone blocks politics, government, everyone blocks categories. You usually can't block specific advertisers. You have to do categories. So they're sneaking it in some other category. Our network, wonderful Cloud 10 is taking care of it, and we don't like it, and no one does. So just know that if you hear that, you shouldn't actually at this point, but if you have heard it in the past, that is not, we denounce that. No way. Bye. So just so you know, thanks for people who told us that, because we're on it. We're on it. Blocked, hopefully, by now. But if you do hear in this episode, you reach out. DM on Instagram, email peoplearetheworstpod@gmail.com, whatever. Let us know. Thank you.
Thanks.
I've yet to hear it, but it's jarring. I bet.
And then the only other thing I had at the top was so our neighborhood does trivia every Thursday, though I have skipped the last 400 since being diagnosed. I just get too tired. It's the day after chemo. Not happening.
Oh, yeah, not happening.
But the trivia guy, Mike, always listens to the pod, and he gave a present to my friends to give to me. He made like homemade Halloween decorations because he knows that we love Halloween.
We do.
So thank you, Mike. I have no way of thanking you otherwise because I haven't been in a while, but I'll come back eventually.
Oh, that was
thank you
so
much.
nice.
It was so sweet and very much appreciated because, Halloween rocks.
Oh, my God. That is so nice. That's awesome. Thanks, Mike.
And
so how'd you get him?
He gave him to my friend, Erica.
Oh, my gosh. He had him like waiting since early October.
Yes.
And she's like, is she ever coming back?
Yeah.
No, she's tired on Thursdays. Will not do.
Yeah.
Will not do.
Well,
but Mike, that was
2026,
I'll be back. She's back and better than ever. She's studying up on her trivia, actually.
That's
She's
right.
gonna rule the school when she gets back in there. That is so
As
nice.
always. So yeah, that's the only two things we had at the top, so I can jump right in.
Let's go.
Today I'm telling you about Shilie Turner. So I found this story originally from True Crime with Batterstein. It's a YouTube channel. It might also be a podcast. I don't know. Actually, I have no idea. But giving credit where credit is due.
There it is. That's all it takes.
That's all it takes. A fellow creator.
Sure.
Philadelphia Daily News, New York Times, Deseret News / Associated Press, KYW News Radio, a local Philly, Psychic Detectives, Movie Delic, like psychedelic, but Movie Delic, LA Times, and Philadelphia Daily News. Why do I always do that? I always have to have a repeat. My bad.
Psychic. What?
Detectives.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yes. I'm very excited.
Shilie Turner was born on March 15th, 1975. She had an older sister, Trina, and a younger sister, Clara. They lived with their mom, Vivian King, and stepfather, Clarence Jones, and they lived in Northwest Philly. Vivian and Clarence were actually common law spouses, so not legally married. So I'm using the term stepfather loosely. Vivian was a nurse's aide, and Clarence delivered newspapers, and was a district manager for the Philadelphia Inquirer. Shilie's biological dad wasn't in the picture. She was actually a result of a week-long relationship Vivian had with a man named Alvin Turner. So Vivian and Alvin had been dating for only a week before Vivian found out she was pregnant with Shilie. Alvin reportedly left soon after Shelley's birth, so she never knew him. I don't even think they met.
Okay. But she still has his last name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I keep thinking, I'm so glad she wasn't born in West Philadelphia, because then it'll get stuck in my head. And then because I thought that, it's stuck in my head.
I know.
So I got to get it out. Get it out.
Right. Go ahead. You going to wrap it?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's just, I'm not going to put it on everyone else now.
Well,
I'm thinking it. I'm thinking it. Now y'all are too, yeah.
By January 1993, she was a 17-year-old senior and a high school track star at William Penn High School in Philly. Okay, now let's get into her running, because running was her life. Vivian, her mom, said, "You have to understand, Shay, which is what she called her, was a runner. Simple as that. She loved track meets ever since she was 7 and running for Mount Carmel Baptist Church. She could handle all the pressure of a race."
Oh.
The coffee table in their living room was covered with Shelley's track trophies and medals. A reporter later said you could barely fit in her bedroom, the living room, and the dining room because of all of her awards.
Oh my God.
But her most prized possession was her pair of track shoes, which Florence Griffith Joyner had autographed for her after the national championship in Los Angeles. Florence Griffith Joyner is known as the fastest woman ever, I think, to this day.
Holy
shit. She set the world record in the 100-meter and 200-meter races in 1988. So,
ooh,
big deal.
Big deal. Like, how fast we talking?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry.
And just Google it, man.
I will. I know this one.
You do? I just don't want you to.
I'm sorry.
I'm all bummed out.
Well.
Okay. Then what's the point?
Bye. Dude, just switch to your bonus real quick. Just kidding.
She ran everywhere she could, including the grocery store, and she would run back too. So carrying groceries.
No.
Just 2 paper bags full of groceries, just bouncing around and shit.
Can you imagine driving down the street and seeing that? You would certainly be like, who is chasing this girl?
I know. What's wrong? What
happened? My God, what?
She did the same thing with the laundromat, running with bundles of clothes, just a trail of laundry all the way home, I'm sure.
That is, wow.
I know. It's impressive, man. Being on the track team was a big deal at William Penn High School. Shelley ran cross country, sprints, middle distances, and she was the very best in every category. By early 1993, Penn was listed among the national leaders in relays, and it was Shelley who was the anchor in most of those championships that won them that title. She was coached by Tim Hickey, who began the team in 1973, and he was apparently very well known in the track world. I think he only died a couple years ago at 80. But he was very well known in the track world as an excellent coach with 3 decades of experience. The school hadn't lost a meet in 10 years under his coaching.
Wow.
He used his own money to purchase a van to transport the runners to and from practice and track meets when the school wouldn't provide the funds. Despite William Penn's reputation for running, the school didn't even have an actual track of its own, which makes it even more impressive.
Yeah, really.
Instead,
where'd they go?
The runners would practice on sidewalks around the school during the spring and in the school's indoor parking garage during the winter. They used things like flagpole, security gate, and a nearby McDonald's to mark the various distances, and concrete slabs served as hurdles, which was actually an advantage. Yeah. It actually was an advantage because hitting that slab would hurt like shit.
Yeah.
So it incentivized the runners to stay focused and jump as high as they could.
What?
I know. Yeah, I bet they had a great football field.
Yeah, really. Well, wait. Okay. The running on that is so much harder on you than running on a track.
Know.
Tracks are squishy.
And here they are excelling, haven't lost a race and haven't lost a meet in 10 years. My God.
Because they're badass. They're going to the visiting team's turf and they're running on a track and they're like, this is easy. Look at me bouncing all the way around.
Right. My knees have never felt better.
Yeah, this is awesome.
New York Times deemed Shilie one of the nation's most promising young female track stars. Specifically, Shilie was among the nation's top female high school runners in the 400 meters and 800 meters and the sprint medley. Due to her talent, Shilie was well known and admired amongst her classmates. And people were just in awe of her when she ran. During a meet in Los Angeles, complete strangers cheered her on, having no idea who she was, but she was very easy to like. During the race in LA, she gave her medal to one of the rival runners because she already had one. She already had the same medal from a previous meet. So she was like, here, don't need this. I'm just kidding, but could be taken the wrong way.
Yeah, I was about to say that could go either way, but she meant it nice though. That's very sweet.
It is here's your participation.
It is. I mean,
participation trophy, loser.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Use it how you will. Mm-hmm. If I'll back you up if you want to say you earned this, but
right,
man, you did. That was sweet of her.
Yeah. After graduation, which was coming up in June of 1993, Shilie was planning to attend Clemson University on a full ride track scholarship, pending that her SAT scores were acceptable. Auburn also tried to recruit her.
Damn.
I know. Shilie continued her running success during her final semester of high school. On January 15th, 1993, she ran the 800 meter in a record time of 2 minutes and 15.3 seconds. Now, this means dick to me.
I was just about to say, can we please translate into like how long would it take to do that in a mile or something?
No, I didn't. So for comparison's sake, I looked it up, and the average adult who runs recreationally would typically be able to do this in 3 to 4 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And Google said an average elite male Olympic athlete runs 800 meters in approximately 1 minute and 45 seconds, while the average elite female Olympic athlete runs it in just under 2 minutes. And she's right there at 2 minutes and 15 seconds. So it was a record.
Wow. That puts me at like a 6.5 minute.
Yeah, 8 to 9
meter. You know,
I love to run, but my God, I'm a slow runner.
I'm a slow runner and I'm a casual runner. I run 3 times a week, probably, maybe twice lately, but
yeah,
casual. If I don't like the song that's on, I'll stop. And so I'm not training for anything. I don't care. Yeah. It's just to get out of my head a little bit, man.
Sure. Get those endorphins going.
Yeah.
So that was on a Friday, that track meet. And her next one was scheduled just a few days later on Monday, January 18th, on MLK Day, 1993. On Sunday, January 17th, Shilie wanted to let loose a little bit in between these 2 track meets, and she wanted to spend some alone time with her new boyfriend, Sean Williams. However, she didn't want to tell her parents that, obviously. So what do you do at 17 years old? Lie.
Duh.
Yeah.
Lie, cheat, steal.
Yeah. Lie straight to their faces, and you walk out that door footloose and guilt-free. That's what you do at 17 years old.
Obviously. You're going to a friend's house. You're going to a late night movie.
That's exactly what
Whatever.
She said. You look them directly, and you look that mom directly in her eyes, and you perform. You perform like you've never performed before.
This is an Oscar award-winning conversation.
Yeah. Shilie told Vivian that she was going to a party at the Benjamin Franklin Hotel in Center City. It's very hard for me not to say city center, with some of her teammates. And then she said she was going to spend the night at her best friend Andrea's house, who lived directly across the street. She kissed Vivian goodbye and did actually go to her friend's house, did actually go across the street to Andrea's house before meeting up with her new beau, Sean. Mm-hmm. Later that night, around 8:30, she called her mom and said she was no longer planning to spend the night at Andrea's, and said she would be home after the party, but it was going to be a little later than she thought. Mm-hmm. I think her curfew was around 1 a.m. But when Vivian woke up, Shilie wasn't there. So she assumed she changed her mind and slept at Andrea's and went straight to her track meet from there. But as these stories go, Shilie was a no-show at the track meet. Obviously, at this point, I don't have to tell y'all how uncharacteristic that is. Right. I just spent like 2 full pages talking about how important running was to her. My God. Mm-hmm. So Tim called Vivian. Then Vivian asked Andrea, who I think admitted she never spent the night there. So Vivian called the police immediately. Detectives Frank Martin and Jim Doherty spent several hours at the house talking to Vivian and Clarence, looking at pictures of Shilie, getting all her information. And by the end of the conversation, they were convinced this was not a runaway situation. Sorry. And because Shilie didn't give her mom many details, she kept it kind of vague. She didn't know who was at the party aside from some of her teammates, but she didn't have their phone numbers or anything. So cops began to interview Shilie's friends and classmates, and they came clean that Shilie really, lied and was with her boyfriend that night.
Yeah.
They learned from Andrea, her best friend, that while Shilie was at her house that night, it was only for a second. Shilie stopped by so she could borrow Andrea's leather jacket, which was at one point her dad's. So it was an oversized leather jacket. Sounds chic.
Cool.
Yeah. She then told Andrea that she wasn't planning to stay up late because of her track meet, and then she left.
Mm-hmm. Andrea's the across the street neighbor,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, she's a across the street best friend. Yeah.
Okay. That's weird that they would call her to see if she was there. Wouldn't you just go over there?
She may have.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
It's neither here nor there. But when you said that, I was like, why wouldn't you just walk across the street?
She probably did. And
yeah.
Andrea's like, a mom's looking me in the eyes. I have to tell the truth. She didn't stay here. Shit.
Yeah. Bad sitch.
So Sean, Shilie's boyfriend, had recently transferred to William Penn High School, so not many people knew him. One source said some people didn't even know his name, which seems weird, but I did read that there were almost 2,000 students at William Penn High School in 1993. So that's giant. And I guess if you were new, that makes kind of sense, but leave it to Shilie's mom, Vivian, to find him.
Sure. Don't worry about it. I'll get it.
Yeah, I'll get it.
I thought you were going to say, I did read somewhere that not everyone knows everyone in their grade.
They of a high school of 2,000 that probably don't.
I know.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's 500 people a grade. My God.
It's a lot.
So Vivian got in touch with him, and he admitted that Shilie was over at his house, but said she didn't spend the night. He just made her a pork sandwich. They hung out, watched a movie, and then she left. However, Shilie was allergic to pork, therefore would have never eaten that. So Vivian is immediately suspicious, and police start looking at him.
Wait, that is crazy. That's a very specific sandwich too.
Right? 1 week after Shilie went missing, Detective Martin decided to consult a psychic. They felt pressure to find her and simply wanted to try to narrow down the search area.
That's when you know they're really coming to a dead end.
Right.
They're calling a psychic.
Yeah. So enter Valerie Morrison, who describes herself as a psychic counselor and medium. She's explained that her visions are kind of like watching TV. It's like a bunch of pictures flashing through. And she says she's able to see the area where the person she's contacting is. Detective Martin brought Valerie up to speed on Shilie's disappearance and the known circumstances up to that point. And Valerie starts narrating. She said, fear. I'm feeling fear. I'm feeling her fear. The weather has changed. Her feet are cold, wants me to help her. I know she's going home from being out because I can sense that. I'm picking up a bus. I see a boy, but not with her. I see her on a bus. I see a male friend, something like a boyfriend. I got off the bus. It's funny that I see her alone. I feel she was put on the bus by someone, a male, perhaps a boyfriend. So that's interesting. She saw Shilie being put on a bus by a guy with plans to go home, to sum it up.
Okay.
So when police finally found out Sean's first name and last name and address, they brought him in for several hours of questioning. Sean said that he and Shilie hung out, watched movies until about 1:30 a.m. After that, Shilie wanted to head home, so Sean walked her to the 15 bus, which dropped her off about 6 blocks from her house. The number 10 bus drops her off less than like half a block from her house, but it was so cold on this particular night that she didn't want to wait for the 10 bus. So she just jumped on the 15. Sean said he watched her get on the bus and the bus pulled away, and he spent the rest of the night at his house watching TV, playing video games in his bedroom. Sean was the last person to see Shilie alive, which is always sketch, but they spoke to the number 15 bus driver who recognized Shilie and verified that Sean was not with her when she boarded the bus. So Sean is free and clear.
All right.
And apparently he did offer her a pork sandwich, but she probably declined it. I don't know.
Oh, sure. I would hope so.
Right. And on top of that, Detective Martin is very impressed with psychic Valerie's accuracy.
She did a good job.
She did a good job. So the bus would have put Shilie right at 60th Street and Girard, which was considered a dangerous area back then, or it might still be. I don't know. But walking anywhere in a big city around 2 a.m. is probably not the safest.
Well, she's not walking. She's sprinting.
Right. Yeah.
She's going to outrun any schmuck trying to mess with her.
That's true. But this area, particularly in the 90s, had a lot of girls being raped and killed in it, according to New York Times. So it was a bad area. So detectives are certain that something happened to Shilie between the 60th Street / Girard bus stop and her house. And any doubt they had about her running away was gone, considering she was very clearly trying to get home. Police intensified their investigation and even searched all of the abandoned homes near that bus stop without any luck. And for 2 weeks, there was nothing. They interviewed relatives, coaches, friends, ex-boyfriends, nothing. Vivian made a plea to the public saying, "It's hard to sleep. I think that sometimes she's alive, sometimes she's dead. I'm tired. The phone keeps ringing with no news. If I break down, who will look for her? I want her home so badly." And in response, the community helped her raise a $6,000 reward for any helpful information.
Wow.
Because Psychic Valerie was so accurate with Sean's alibi, detectives asked her to come back in. And her second reading with the cops, she said that she didn't see Shilie going into her house, but visualized her taking off a pair of sneakers and her jacket. And there were trees and bushes around. Then she asked cops if they live near water or a park, which she does. Their house was only a few blocks away from Fairmont Park. Then Psychic Valerie continued. I keep saying Psychic Valerie because Vivian and Valerie could be interchangeable. Vivian's her mom.
Sure.
Then Psychic Valerie continued. She was very cold. Her feet were ice cold. She was holding her body, shivering and begging and pleading. Why would she be going into her house and then going back out? I see water. It's holy water or something spiritual, something that might be of a religious nature. I see the woods. I don't know why it would be there, but this is a secluded area. I also see white lines across the top of her head, which indicate trauma.
Oh.
Then she stopped and turned to Detective Martin and said, "Frank, I think you've got a homicide here. Shilie was killed. She's not missing."
Oh, gosh.
Mm-hmm. With this new information from Valerie, detectives asked Vivian if she could think of anyone else who might have had the opportunity to harm Shilie. And Vivian can't think of anyone, but in a long shot says maybe Shelley's track coach, Tim. He was really the only other adult who spent a ton of time with Shilie. She even spent the night at Tim's house once or twice before track meet so that he could.
What? No, absolutely not.
No, I would feel so uncomfortable doing that. So that she didn't have to take the bus to track meet. She could hitch a ride with him and not be late.
No, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. What? Did everyone
just come pick me up? Maybe.
Sure. I mean, what?
Yeah.
No, thank you. That's like when your coworker asks if you want to spend
an older coworker when I was in my 20s.
Yeah, I know that.
More of a boss figure.
Oh, we have said this on the pod before. I think it was when Rebecca was living in DC. They had a meeting in Virginia or somewhere, and he lived there.
Yeah. No, he lived near there, and I didn't have a car in DC, so he's like, "You could spend the night with me." I'm like,
hard pass.
But it was that very moment I was walking into his office to say my friend was killed on a plane crash. So I was like, I'm not even listening to that absurd request.
We're going to revisit that in a few weeks, but
I'm actually not going to the meeting at all. I'm flying to Atlanta. Peace out.
Good Lord, what a bizarre offer.
So
no, we'll revisit when I get back, but I don't.
Inappropriate. So other people corroborated that Tim was very close with Shilie. He would routinely train various students alone, including Shilie. So, if he did want to hurt her, then there was opportunity for him to do so. So police bring him in for questioning, but he genuinely seemed devastated and appeared to be as concerned as a father would be. Plus, given he was such a highly respected and well-known coach in the track world and didn't have like a secret shady past, they thought it would be a stretch that he would murder the star of the track team. It's just, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, he said he was out with a group of friends who all confirmed he was with them. So, Tim, you're free and clear.
Okay. Were the friends of age?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so. No, Tim's okay. Tim's an okay guy. I agree with the spending the night thing, but
not okay.
Other than that,
sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's bring back Psychic Val, who has been having dreams about Shilie. She said a person who's been murdered is much more able to speak to her because they're not yet into the light because they don't believe they're dead.
Oh.
So in these dreams, Shilie came to her asking for help, saying, "Please find me." Sad.
Oh.
Detectives set up a meeting for Valerie to go to Shilie's house to hear more about her as a person and see if she can get a better reading from, the place she spent every day of her life. She said as she walked around the house looking at photos and track medals and awards, she felt even stronger that Shilie was no longer alive.
Mm-hmm.
During that visit, Vivian took Valerie up to Shilie's bedroom while detectives stayed downstairs, and Valerie suddenly felt herself become numb, and she felt herself turning into Shilie on the night she disappeared.
Stop.
I know. She first felt happy, likely happy, thinking about like recapping the night with Sean in her head.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's immediate feeling of dread. So Psychic Valerie gets into Shilie's bed.
Stop.
So climbs in her bed, and she immediately starts shaking. She felt Shilie leave her house again, but not alone. Then she felt her running from something and was freezing. She said there was some snow on the ground. She was running on her bare feet. She was again shivering and pleading. She felt darkness and the feeling of falling. Valerie, still laying in Shilie's bed, then grabbed Vivian's arm and said, "Mommy, tell them where you put me."
Holy shit.
And Vivian let out a blood-curdling scream and ran out of the room.
Oof. Busted. See, yeah, I knew this one. I remember the track being a big deal. I knew, the psychic did something right, but I didn't know, like, she got into bed.
She got
in
in bed
really
grabbed her mom's arm and said, "Mommy."
Oh my God.
Eerie if you're Vivian. I'd be like, fuck. And she was like, fuck.
Yes, she was. Screams and runs out of the house. Of the room.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Well, no, she does. She runs downstairs. Detectives heard Vivian scream from downstairs. Vivian came running down the stairs looking distressed and hyperventilating. And she said, "I can't do this." And she asked Valerie and the detectives to leave. And they had no choice but to leave. So they left.
Wow.
Whew. You see, in one of her dreams where Shilie was asking Valerie to help find her, Shilie apparently told Valerie that she remembers coming into the house and taking off her leather jacket and sneakers and was getting in bed when a sense of fear came over her. In this dream, Shilie said, "I didn't want to argue anymore." So Valerie told detectives something happened in that house. And that's the real reason they set up a meeting for Valerie to get there.
Okay.
She was like, "I know something happened in that house. Let me get in there."
This is crazy.
It's insane.
Do we have an update on Val today?
Not really, other than, well, you'll see.
Okay. Go ahead. She's probably solved 1,500 other cases.
Oh, Val. Sorry, again, I was thinking Vivian. Yes, she's her
Oh,
website.
stop.
Yeah. She's
yes. Okay.
Well, I mean, what a fucking testimonial.
I mean,
I was like, wow.
You nailed it.
Nailed it. Once the detectives and Valerie were back in the car, Valerie told them that she believes Shilie was buried at Fairmont Park in a shallow grave near something religious that has water. Remember, she just kept saying water and something of a religious symbol.
Mm-hmm.
She also believed that they would find Shilie without her jacket and shoes because that just kept coming to her.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Fairmont Park was over 9,000 acres. That's
wow.
So fucking big. And Valerie's predictions alone weren't enough to dig up the park. So instead, cops started digging into Shilie's home life. And it's a bit dark, sadly.
Yeah.
Tim, Shelley's coach, told cops that Shelley always seemed to dread going home. At one point, he said that she wasn't even living with Vivian and Clarence. She was living with her older sister, Trina, who was out of the house by this point. But he didn't know the details around it. And very sadly, he said about half the kids at that school dreaded going home.
Oh my God.
No.
I hate
know.
that.
It's like your safe space. Ugh, I hate that too.
That teachers and coaches and all that y'all see so much.
So much burden, like a weight is put on y'all from this various sad, like probably not everyday cases, but like once you get a story like that, you're like, oh,
yeah,
I'll adopt you.
Something definitely seems wrong.
Yeah.
But, not enough to do anything. I don't know, but I'm just like, God, you're with these kids all day, every day.
Mm-hmm.
You learn some stuff, and it would just like eat away at me at all times. I couldn't do it.
For sure. And then not to mention that you'll have to deal with like gunmen and shit like that too.
Oh yeah.
It's fucking scary.
Yeah.
So they brought in.
You're not paid shit. So sorry about that.
Hey guys, sorry.
Collectively, from everyone, from all of us. We speak on behalf of the world.
We say
sorry about that. We know. You deserve more.
So they brought in one of Shelley's best friends, Nikki, who was only 15 years old at the time. She told them that Clarence had been sexually abusing Shelley. And the previous August, so August 1992, Shelley confided in Nikki that Clarence had impregnated her.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know any of that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Shelley told her mom, and being god awful, her mom blamed her for it.
Shut the fuck up, Vivian.
I know. Not Clarence. Somehow, Vivian resented Shelley for being a victim of her common law spouse's actions, which is baffling. Well, walk me through that. What?
Oh, this is painful.
Yeah. And that's the reason her friend, 15-year-old Nikki, went with Shelley to get an abortion instead of Vivian. Again, because she's awful.
Right.
Also awful, before she disappeared, Shelley confided in Nikki that she thought she was pregnant again.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm. And that's about the time where Andrea, her best friend and across the street neighbor, reached out to police with more information.
Oh.
Remember the leather jacket she let Shelley wear the night she was murdered? Mm-hmm. And it was actually Andrea's dad's old one. She told police that she saw Clarence, Shelley's stepdad, walking outside wearing it.
Yep.
And the cops are like, hold the fucking phone.
Mm-hmm.
So police bring Clarence in for questioning, and he obviously denied the sexual abuse and denied knowing where that leather jacket came from. And to police, he seemed generally confused about the importance of the jacket. He said he simply picked up the first thing he saw that was by the front door. He had no idea it was Andrea's or that Shelley wore it the night she disappeared. He claims to have been delivering newspapers in those early morning hours, which police confirmed with his boss. So while he's a monster, they ruled Clarence out for murder.
Really?
Yeah.
Why did I think he went to that police interview wearing it?
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
He probably brought it. They're probably like, bring the damn jacket.
Uh-huh.
We're going to run it through some tests.
Okay. Wow.
On February 20th, 1993, 33 days into her disappearance, Shelley's neighborhood, including Vivian, gathered for a march to honor her. Everyone wore lavender, Shelley's favorite color, and Vivian even spoke some hopeful words that she would be found. And in this very moment, a man who was walking his dog in Fairmont Park discovered what appeared to be a human body covered in a blood-stained tarp in a secluded part of the woods.
Uh-huh.
The body had been hidden amongst bushes in the park and limbs stuck out from the shrubs. The man immediately contacted police, and he could tell by her frozen body, I guess he unwrapped the tarp, could tell by her frozen body that it was a young black girl whose face was disfigured. And cops are like, holy shit, let's go.
Oh, Shelley.
Oh, it's so sad. Cops got there, and it was immediately clear to them that she was beaten with a blunt object on the side of her face and sustained multiple gunshot wounds to the face, hands, and chest area, 6 times in total. So she was beaten and then shot. She was lying face up on the ground with one hand near her face. She had a gunshot wound to her face and her left hand, Detectives were able to see other gunshot wounds in the chest area, like I said. Based on the condition of her body, she had been there for a while, but due to the freezing temperatures, her body stayed more preserved than it would normally under, non-winter conditions.
Right.
Unfortunately, by the time investigators reached the scene, it was late afternoon and the sun was going down, and they couldn't yet identify her, but investigators were fairly certain it was Shilie based on what she was wearing. So they decided to preserve the scene until the next morning. So they had to leave her out there in the cold another few hours, which just so...
Well, someone stayed.
I'm sure.
They stayed around. They don't just walk off, but that is
I'm sure.
sad.
Yeah.
Poor Shilie. God, Vivian, you're a monster. I'm not done with Clarence yet either. I don't remember him being cleared so quickly. I didn't know about the sexual assault, but like all that went down in her house, I guess.
Okay.
Right?
It gets very confusing. You'll see.
Oh, great. I'm very good at keeping up.
So obviously it was Shilie, positively identified by Vivian. Shilie was wearing the same tracksuit from the night she disappeared in, but she wasn't wearing shoes, socks, or a jacket. Investigators later determined that the bullet wounds were from a .38 caliber special gun. That's not me calling it special. That's the name of the gun.
Oh, okay. Okay. You're like, are they saying it's special?
Are y'all saying it's special? Or like, is that a thing?
It's a thing? Wow.
Very special.
Okay.
Her autopsy later confirmed she was not pregnant at the time of her death. So there you go. As psychic Valerie predicted, she had, again, no shoes and jacket on, suffered trauma to the head, and approximately 100 yards away from Shilie's body was a stone fountain called the Catholic Fountain.
Shut up.
I know. Which were her two other recurring visions, water and a religious object of some sort.
Wow.
It's this fountain. Shilie's funeral was full of people, including people who didn't know her. Many of Shilie's friends and family noticed Vivian behaving strangely, though, because the public does not know about the psychic, doesn't know that they're kind of on to Vivian or kind of suspicious of her. No idea. But many of Shilie's friends and family noticed she was acting strangely. They said, despite it being the funeral of her daughter, she was acting more like a hostess of a party and seemed to be in good spirits as she greeted everyone. Also, not one tear was shed during this entire service. Are you
serious? Wait, I have a question. So this is all the funeral. Obviously, this is after the bed. Valerie getting in the bed, shaking, saying, "Mom, let me go." Vivian runs downstairs screaming, saying, "Get out of my house." Does she just think Valerie didn't go down and tell detectives what just happened?
I'm sure she did, but just like it's a psychic. You can't do. I mean, can't arrest
she just
anyone
really thought she was footloose and fancy free, and she's like, "They haven't mentioned it to me yet, so maybe I'm good."
Yeah,
idiot.
Pretty much.
Okay, good. Great.
She got it wrong. That psychic got it wrong. After this, rumors began to spread about Vivian's involvement, but she swore she was innocent and even voluntarily went on a local radio show hosted by Mary Mason to clear her name. But boy, did it backfire.
Ooh, a
swing and a miss by Vivian.
Oh, good. And now we're going to play that interview.
Oh,
Go.
I wish.
I know. Just kidding.
Because I want to hear the whole thing, but no. Couldn't find the whole recorded mess, whatever. Okay. When Mary point blank asked her if she killed Shilie, instead of being pissed and insulted and saying, "Absolutely not, I love my daughter and her killer is still out there, so everyone stop wasting your time on me," Vivian simply said, "No, I'm not a killer," which struck a lot of people as being cold and unemotional, which, yes, it is a weird kind of general response to a very specific question. It's almost a way for her to like sidestep it and not answer it. Like, did you kill your daughter? I'm not a killer implies like you don't regularly kill people.
Yeah, you're not a serial killer.
Right. Like, okay, I know you're not usually a killer, but did you kill your daughter? Like,
right.
It's very Tom Schwartz, Vanderpump. I have cheated on my wife, but I'm not a cheater.
Right.
Well, could have fooled me because you absolutely are.
If we can squeeze Vanderpump in, by God, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. All right. So Tom Schwartz response, got it. Then what? Then what Mary do?
And then Jack's ruined the show. Anyway, back to my story.
Okay, good.
So people just thought this was bizarre. The entire interview was bizarre. Then the host, Mary, said during an unrecorded part of the radio show, when the two of them were just talking, Vivian described the position of Shelley's body and the crime scene in such a startling way that Mary immediately thought only someone who witnessed the murder could give such specific details.
Why is she giving those details to anyone?
She's a dipshit.
Well, dipshit, and like, I don't need to hear all this.
Right.
But thank goodness she did it. Mary, let's call the police, call Valerie, call whoever.
Oh, yeah, she does. But the example given was Vivian explained that as Shelley was being shot, she put her left hand up to block the bullets, and that's why they were near her face and they had bullet holes in it. So the moment Vivian left, Mary called police and told them about the entire conversation. And it was this moment that made a difference for Philadelphia PD. Now they're really suspicious of Vivian. Yeah, they had Valerie's reading, but like there's no evidence against Vivian, so they really couldn't hone in on her. But now they're like, okay, enough's enough.
Yeah, I still wonder how she worked that into conversation. Although when you said she had a bullet hole in her hand, that was my very first thought.
Me too.
She put her hand up to block it.
Me too. I wish I could find more details she gave to this radio host,
or maybe she said that before they told her that. Oh no, she'd identified.
No, she
body,
identified.
So she knew. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
okay.
Identified her based on a face. She didn't see the full body. It was just her face.
Yeah.
Where maybe she could see her hand on, or maybe police told her. I don't know. But it is kind of weird to say as she was being shot, she held up her hands. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's just,
okay.
It's the same resolution I came up with, only having just read that her hands were near her face. But, I don't know. Apparently that wasn't a startling detail.
Well, yeah, the hand being near the face is telling. Mm-hmm. I just assume like she was putting her hand up to block the gun. I don't know if it's near her face, near her, straight out, whatever. Sure. So yeah, that's startling that she would know something like that and say it to a radio show host. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. If I'm Mary, I'm like, you don't have to.
Yeah, I'm good.
Give all the details. You can leave some of those private for yourself.
Yeah.
If you're a mourning mother, but that's okay. So cops are now suspicious of her. But before they could get an arrest warrant, Vivian prances right into the station to clear her name of these rumors and said she wanted to take a polygraph.
Oh my God.
Okay. Which she failed.
I mean,
stop trying to clear your name. I mean, my God.
What a terrible move.
I know. But you can't arrest someone based on that. So they let her leave. And when they asked her to come back in, she eventually cracked and confessed she did, in fact, murder her own daughter.
Now we know.
And this is what she said happened. And it's all very strange, I gotta say. Really annoying, actually. It's kind of irritating, but because I'm like, nothing makes sense.
Not to mention tragic and sad.
Tragic. It's awful. But I'm like, what are you talking about? So this is her confession. This is what she said happened. When Shelley got home that night, Vivian had been drinking. Specifically, she drank 88 ounces of beer and corn liquor, which is moonshine or white whiskey is what it whatever.
Sure. Moonshine is what I know it as.
One source also reported Vivian was doing cocaine.
Ooh.
So when Shelley got home late, she was irate. And I think it was about 2:30 a.m. when Shelley got home. So Vivian and Shelley fought, which escalated and became physical. Vivian then said that Shelley hit her in the chest and grabbed a knife, like Shelley did, wielding it at Vivian. Shelley told Vivian that she was tired of her mother imposing strict rules and keeping her from living her life. Vivian said she became scared, but was able to get out of Shelley's grasp. And because Shelley had a knife, Vivian ran upstairs and got her gun, which was a .25 caliber automatic.
Okay.
No
idea.
Okay. By this time, Shelley, still holding the knife, had chased Vivian up the stairs, and Vivian had to hit her in the head with the gun to defend herself. Vivian then ordered or threatened Shelley to get into the car, telling her that she was going to drop her off at the police station because that's where girls go when they're bad, according to Vivian, which just seems weird. If you're drunk out of your mind and potentially on cocaine, you're not driving to the police station to teach your daughter a lesson. It seems
Well,
weird.
I mean, she could be very irrational, obviously is, but so that's not the part that surprises me the most. It's this very specific take after you've had
Uh-huh.
7+ beers, moonshine. How much moonshine? Moonshine is crazy.
I
You
don't know
don't
how much
remember all this.
I don't know if
You're
it's 88
crazy.
ounces total or 88 ounces of beer and then some moonshine.
That's just a lot.
And then
like,
some
wow.
cocaine.
Then some cocaine is the only reason you're still standing, I guess, because
Oh my God.
this is just so specific. And they're like,
Yeah.
you were really fucked up though.
Right.
Okay.
So she said Shilie obliged and got in the car, which again is weird. Who is getting in the car willingly with a drunk, gun-wielding mother?
Who's taking you to the police station because that's where you belong. Like, okay,
right.
I'll get in.
It seems weird. So
Okay.
anyway, and I know I'm said it seems weird 100 times. Sorry, but it seems weird.
Truth be told, it's weird.
So Vivian said she continued past the police station. I guess she changed her mind and did not actually go there. Instead, she drove them to Fairmont Park so they could fight. We needn't fight at home. Let's duke it out in the park in the middle of the night.
Yeah, when there's snow on the ground, even
snow on the ground.
All right,
cold.
and Clarence is home during all this.
No, Clarence at work. You know who is home? Her 10-year-old daughter just left her. I guess. So
okay.
Back Clara. So maybe I don't know.
Oh man,
maybe she did say, "Let's go elsewhere to fight, so we don't wake Clara up." This is
and
crazy.
Shelley's just like, "Okay, I'll get in the car."
Why are we getting in the car? We have a front yard. What?
Oh, God.
So Vivian parked the car off the main road and specifically told cops that she said, "Get out of the car if you want to fight me." So they both got out, walked to a place near the woods where no one else could see them. Who's going to see you at 2:30 in the morning anyway? But they walked into the woods. Interesting. Vivian then initiated the physical fight, during which Shilie picked up an empty bottle that was lying there. And out of fear that she was about to get hit, Vivian pistol whipped Shilie in the head multiple times. She said she hit her several times on the side of the head with the gun. Shilie fell and must have hit her head on something on the ground because she was just laying there, not saying anything. And then she said, "That's when I shot her." So seeing her daughter's unconscious and no longer, quote, a threat, she still decided to shoot her multiple times in the face and chest area.
Wow.
Vivian said she shot her 3 times total, which was a lie. It was actually 6. And then she said she found a tarp nearby and covered her body with it. How convenient that in this 9,000 acres of a park, a tarp happened to be right in the middle of the secluded woods where they happened to walk to. I don't know.
Right.
Vivian then drove home from the park, leaving Shelley's body behind. And when she woke up the next morning, she thought everything was a bad dream. In her head, she blamed the alcohol and told police she was out of her mind and she needed help because it's not unusual for her to black out or have a spotty memory after a night of drinking.
There it is. Okay, well, you just gave very specific details after your blackout.
To remember it clear.
Spotty memory. That's crazy. There it is. Thank you.
So there you have it. Her full confession. And once she was done, she laughed.
Okay.
Laughed at shooting her daughter several times and beating her to death.
Ew.
Got the church giggles, I guess.
Ew.
Detective said, if there is evil, certainly that was full of evil from that laugh. So more weird things about the confession that still confuse investigators today.
Everything.
Yeah, everything. I just said Shilie died by a 38, not a 25 like Vivian said.
I've never heard of a 25.
Me neither. And I kept typing out 22 and then I had to go back and look and be like, is 25 it was 25?
And that's a thing?
Let me just make sure now.
That would be hilarious.
It sure is. It's a truly tiny gun, it says.
Oh, cute.
Designed for close range use. Yeah. Despite the multiple gunshot wounds and the violent fight, police didn't find any bullets or blood at the scene.
Oh, yeah.
Shelley's younger sister, Clara, who was around 10 at the time, told investigators that she did hear gunshots in the house that night.
Okay.
When they searched Vivian's house, they found bullet holes in the kitchen and the walls and the ceiling, which were from a 25. But again, Vivian's confession didn't mention anything about shooting the gun in the house. And that It's not the gun that killed Shilie. Isn't that weird? Also, there's no blood or any other physical evidence in the house indicating a murder took place there.
What?
There's no evidence that even linked really Vivian to the crime scene.
But they bullet holes. What?
Bullet holes, but not from the gun that Shilie was killed
not
with
a
a 38.
25.
They've
Sure,
never
sure.
found this 38. They don't know where this 38 came from.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry.
And police found her gun, but again, it didn't match the caliber that was
Yeah.
killed Shilie. And as a side note, they did further investigation and on Clarence and determined he was not at all involved.
What?
I know.
No.
Nor did he know that Vivian killed her.
Wait, I have a question. So the bullet holes found in the house were from a 38.
A 25.
Okay.
Right. So there were bullet holes from Vivian's gun, the 25 that she grabbed, but that was not the gun.
What's that from then?
I don't know.
Shit.
She attempted, and I have no idea. Maybe they're old. They could have not been from that night. Who knows? But
I know, but Lord.
Right.
Where the fuck did the 38 come from and where to go?
I know.
Clarence is involved. I'm sorry.
Gotta be. This is what
What's
I'm like,
his alibi work? Delivering newspapers?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
He could have clocked in, and it's not like his boss is going with him to deliver newspapers. He's
the worst.
So shitty that he has to have someone with him.
Supervise him.
Yeah, I don't believe it. There's no way.
I know.
But Claire heard gunshots.
Yes.
Like, this is bizarre.
But no other neighbors did. We'll get into it.
Okay.
Some say that I think Vivian's attorney eventually says Clara was coerced into saying that. But I'm like, was she? I mean, I don't know. It's very strange.
Okay. Like detectives told her to say that?
Yeah.
But it doesn't even make sense because if she did, they were from the 25 and
there's
that's
no blood.
not what she was killed with, and there's no blood. So like, okay.
Yeah. But regardless, given her detailed confession, Vivian was arrested and charged with first-degree murder and possession of an instrument of a crime, i.e. the gun. She was held at Philadelphia Industrial Correctional Center without bail, though it was later changed to $200,000, but she couldn't afford that. After Vivian's confession, more people thought back on her behavior throughout the investigation and once again found it very bizarre. For example, police gave Vivian a picture of Shilie's body in order to identify it. Like I said earlier, she never saw the actual crime scene, just the picture. Mm-hmm. And Shilie almost looked unrecognizable. Ugh. One of Vivian's friends who was with her during this moment said, and this is a graphic warning. Sorry.
Oh, God.
She said, the side of Shilie's face was deep, dark purple. Her mouth was open. Her teeth were cracked. Her jaw was broken and her left eye was open.
Oh,
Despite this horrific sight, Vivian asked police for more pictures of her daughter's body.
What?
To keep.
To keep?
Yes.
What?
She's a monster. She hated her.
Ugh. Oh my God. That is
fucking dark.
Ew.
Yeah. Also, the day before Shilie's body was found, Vivian decided to send some of Shilie's trophies to Alvin, her biological father, who had zero relationship with her. Again, I don't think Shilie ever met this man, and I don't think Vivian ever spoke to him. But she decided to send her trophies to Alvin so that he could give them to his other daughter. She even put a note in it that said, "From your half-sister, Shilie."
What?
Weird as shit.
Okay.
2 days after her arrest, Vivian suddenly recanted her confession and claimed that she had been coerced by investigators. She had been interrogated from somewhere between 10 hours to 14 hours, depending on the source. Some say 10, some say 14, which is so many hours. That is for to be in an interrogation room. But I just don't see how you would ever be able to falsely confess to brutally killing your own kid, then laughing about it after.
Right.
I don't know. Never done it. Maybe it's hilarious to tell cops that you murdered your own child. I don't know. It doesn't land for me.
It's not landing.
It's not my sense of humor, I guess.
Wow.
But regardless, the trial is scheduled. So no takesies backsies at this point, Vivian. Clarence appeared for an interview with the Philadelphia Daily News after Vivian's arrest to try to correct the record about Vivian and any possible abuse in the home. He explained that Vivian believed in a strict upbringing for Shilie and her other daughters, but Vivian never abused them. Vivian's attorney, Mr. McMahon, then asked Clarence to decline any media interviews in the future.
We're going to kindly ask you to pipe down.
Shut your mouth. Leave
Another thing.
Damage control to the professionals.
Right.
Both of you, stop talking.
We know that she came back into the house after meeting her boyfriend because of the jacket was there.
Yes.
But also Vivian is saying that when they decided to leave the house, get in the car, go to the park to fight, Shilie opted to go barefoot in the snow.
Barefoot, no jacket.
And her shoes were at the house, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
did they ever find her shoes? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we know the jacket was at the house because dipshit Clarence, that monster, threw it on.
Went on about his day.
So I'm just so it's just like I can't get over that confession. What?
It's so bizarre.
And maybe she really doesn't know what happened, but
that's what
it's enough for me. It's enough for me. Just throw away the key.
I know
Bye-bye.
Yeah, circumstantial evidence and about all the abuse her friends are now reporting that no, Vivian was a monster. I'm like, okay, that's enough for me. Let's just throw her in there.
Yeah.
So, but the lack of physical evidence led a huge problem for prosecutors. They were relying solely on Vivian's confession to convict her, and that confession sounded stupid. And very few things she said matched up with the very little physical evidence on Shelley's body. So it was going to be challenging.
They're like, you think that sounds stupid? Now we're going to have a psychic take the stand.
Right. Who nailed it?
I'm sorry, but
whose business tripled in size, I'm sure, after this was all public.
I mean, wow. But yeah, you're like, well, guess what? Valerie, please come up to the stand.
I always wonder about the psychic who called out Brooks from Housewives of Orange County for faking cancer.
Oh my God. I'm like,
what did that do for your business, dude?
Nailed it.
If y'all don't know, there's a asshole on Real Housewives of Orange County. He was a boyfriend of one of the main members. And
forever
he faked
ago.
Cancer. But on the season, everyone thought he had cancer because, he said he had cancer and he would go to chemo, whatever. And so they had a psychic reading and they were talking about all right, so one of our friends' boyfriends has cancer and blah, blah, and he was like, well,
lymphoma, I think. I can't remember.
Something.
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. It's the invisible kind because it didn't exist. So it could be whatever cancer.
Sure.
It's unicorn cancer. And he was like, I just don't see that. Y'all are sure he has cancer? And they're like, yeah. And he's like, I don't really see that. And it turned out he's faking it.
He merely had a name.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Brooks was sitting right there. Hadn't met him. He just.
Unless we're the biggest dipshits and being so naive and they secretly texted him before and
we don't think he has.
We don't think he has cancer. So look into this. His name's Brooks dipshit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Did they not think he did? I can't remember now.
I don't know.
Maybe
they pretended like they did. They pretended it was all psychic. The psychic.
Yeah, maybe. So. Yeah, maybe that was
got me if that's what they're doing.
Trying to run their storyline. That's a good point, actually.
Yeah, that's probably what happened.
It was Tamara behind that one. Well, nailed it. Their instinct was right too. Then I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. While awaiting trial in jail, oh my God, this is batshit. Yeah. So while awaiting trial in jail, Vivian attempted to collect child support from Alvin.
What?
I have no idea why. I guess to try to make her bail. I have no idea why.
Back pay? All the years he's missed?
Yeah, I'm guessing. Even though her daughter's no longer alive, but she gave it a shot, which required a paternity test, revealing that Alvin wasn't actually Shelley's biological father. I know. I'm not sure who it is, but it was a crazy twist that I wanted to include.
Wow.
How crazy is that? So I don't know who is. I don't think it's not out in the public who is.
Yeah.
So the trial starts and prosecution argues that Vivian was pissed at Shilie for getting home so late. They got into a physical altercation. And ultimately Vivian shot Shilie, which they theorize it being done at the house. And then she moved her body to the park.
How?
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, there's no blood or anything, but I'm like, but if you got that tarp from your house and you wrapped her body in it, well, it wouldn't explain.
But and physically, how could she pick her up and a dead body, lug it to the car, lug it to the park? That's crazy. Clarence was there.
I think you could carry your own 17-year-old daughter.
17 years old, and she's a star athlete. Like, she's probably ripped, all muscle. Like, that would be.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen this bitch, but she's drunk on moonshine and a bunch of beer.
Well,
I mean, again, maybe
cocaine, super strength.
I mean, is that true? I don't know. But I just can't imagine.
Well, and her defense is like, well, there's no blood in the car. There's no, how would she transport her? That's where I'm like, well, maybe the tarp was at the house and that is there.
Yeah.
Or maybe she shot her out. It's very confusing. There's no evidence to support this. Which is a downer for prosecution, but that's what they're arguing. Because again, it really doesn't make sense to drive even a few miles away to a park to fight. It's just a weird circumstance.
No, of course not.
What the fuck? Now, the motive is up for debate. Prosecutor Judith Rubino thought it was a power struggle between Vivian and Shilie over the fact that Shilie didn't listen to her mother when it came to curfew or otherwise. She didn't listen to her. Some people believe that Vivian was simply jealous of her daughter since Shilie was a track star and had a bright future. I mean, it's noted that Vivian did not attend one track meet. Not one.
She really hated her.
She really hated her.
And I bet I was thinking that too, jealousy.
Yeah.
She had a bright future. That's what I think.
Vivian apparently ran track when she was younger, but
she
had
sucked
only,
at it.
Quote, a fraction of Shilie's talent. Yeah.
Oh, I would love to throw that in her face over and over again.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes if Shilie had to be at a track meet, Vivian would purposely prevent or delay Shilie from going, instead forcing her to clean the house or babysit or do other household chores that kept her from leaving. Like, just set her up for disaster, or tried to, and she excelled in spite of you dumb bitch.
Yeah.
So
poor Shilie.
There were even reports that Vivian didn't want Shilie to go off to college. Instead, she wanted her to stay in Philly and become a homemaker. Like, how do you not want your kid to succeed at something they're so good at? Like, it's just
and that they love so much.
Right.
If Shilie wants to do that, fine. But you trying to force her out of her track scholarships, full ride to Clemson, and Auburn, possibly Auburn. What?
And for sure was going to try out for the Olympics.
Yeah.
And hey, if you weren't such a twat, this soon-to-be Olympic star could financially support you and you could sit pretty. But instead, you decided to go non-supportive, sabotaging, murdering route.
God, didn't believe that Clarence is a pedophile rapist. Blamed her for enticing him. What are you talking about?
Yeah. She knows that it happened. She was in fact pregnant. But and it put a strain on, she said it put a strain on her and Shelley's relationship, but not her and Clarence. It's
exactly.
Make it make sense.
Another thing she probably hated her for.
Yeah.
You slept with my husband.
Exactly.
Sick. Ugh. I want to punch this bitch in the neck. Or we're getting on one. Sorry. It's so easy.
On one. It's easy to when they're this big of monsters.
Twat. Okay.
Twat. Then some people believe that Vivian killed Shilie again because she had an abortion, which again, Vivian did admit it strained their relationship. But a lot of people said her disdain for Shilie started long before the abortion. So I'm not sure, but it was probably all of it. It probably was all
rape, or she actually did not want her to get an abortion.
It's unclear.
Okay.
So I don't know if she was like, no, I'm pro-life.
Keep it. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Keep it. I'm sure not. I think it's because she had an affair with her husband
in
her mind, which couldn't be further from the truth. Obviously, she's a rape victim, but
gross.
But it was probably a mix of all these motives, probably just boiling up until she lost it.
I'm so stressed at the fact that Clarence isn't getting implicated in anything, and this bitch is going to go to prison, and now Clara is by herself with her dad.
Oh my God.
That's what I keep thinking about. I'm like, I hope Claire's okay.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Oh, that's really sad.
Sorry. You hadn't thought about that?
No, I don't. I'm sorry. No, chemo brain. Can we say chemo brain for that? I don't know.
You can say it for everything.
Thank
Maybe
you.
your brain's just blocking it. They're like, this thing can't handle much more. Let's leave that out of here.
Right. God, that's dark.
I wish mine would do that.
So Vivian's lawyer argued, the lack of evidence tying her to the crime scene. They didn't think she was shot in the house because no one else besides Clara heard gunshots, no neighbors or anything. Lack of blood in the house and the car. Although, again, I think if the tarp was there, that could explain why there's none in the car. The house is strange.
Yeah.
Police failed to find the murder weapon. They said that she was coerced into confessing after being interrogated for 14 hours. Again, some sources say 10, implying that it was a forced confession simply because she was so exhausted. Then her attorney said, they alleged that Vivian King was drunk out of her mind. If Shilie Turner couldn't get away from a 42-year-old drunken woman in the dark, then maybe she wasn't quite the track star that we all thought she was.
Whoa, bro.
Or maybe it was because, according to your client, she pistol whipped her until she was unconscious, which Shelley's autopsy confirmed, and evidence backs that up. It's like the only thing that Vivian said that is confirmed by Shelley's body. It's so bizarre.
Next. I hate that.
I know. But her being unconscious before, she had to have shot her while she was conscious because she held up her hands.
Yeah.
So again, it's just another what really happened? All I do know is that Vivian did it. Come on. So then Vivian gets on the stand.
Oh, good.
Who approved this bitch?
Oh my God.
Why are we doing this? Why didn't y'all learn from the radio show? God.
Yes.
Who knows? But Vivian testified in her own defense and would randomly break down in dry tears, crocodile tears. She said,
and then they would play the laughing video right next to her.
Exactly. And then she couldn't help but just kidding.
Yeah.
But probably.
Probably.
She said during the interrogation, detectives yelled at her and cursed at her and didn't allow her to eat or go to the bathroom or see her other 10-year-old daughter who was in the waiting room nearby, which I'm like, why was your daughter there?
Oh, wow.
She confirmed she had a strained relationship with Shilie after her abortion, but it didn't lead to murder. Then prosecution cross-examined her, and the questioning revealed a slightly different story. Vivian said she hadn't asked for food during her interrogation, but she was given coffee, water, and bathroom breaks. And she admitted that bits and pieces of her confession were true, but she, quote, mixed the truth with some fiction to make it more believable.
What?
Yes. I'm like, well, you did a shitty job because it wasn't believable. But
none of it was. And which part is the murder part, the truth part? That's all we need to know.
Pull this broad off the stand.
That is
what are we
crazy.
Doing? A botched job. Yes, she said
to
that.
make it more believable. Okay, well, now you're under oath. Tell us what happened.
And the only way for a murder confession to be believable is to make it align with the facts of the investigation, which you did not.
She doesn't remember. She just doesn't remember.
A swing and a miss yet again.
A swing and a miss.
By her and her attorney.
Or she was it was so premeditated. This is all bullshit. She didn't touch the moonshine. She knew exactly what happened. It's a lot more premeditated than she's letting on.
That would be like a genius move.
Yeah, exactly. So she's like, I'm never going to tell them that. Yeah, probably not. She's not a mastermind.
No, she's not. Despite the lack of physical evidence, the jury found Vivian guilty of third-degree murder of Shilie. Prosecution initially charged Vivian with first-degree murder. However, the jurors said that they downgraded the charge to third degree after considering that she drank 88 ounces of beer and corn liquor.
She wanted it to look like a crime of passion. She didn't mean to. It just went off the rails after they started fighting, where really maybe it was premeditated. She planned the whole thing out. She
made it. Yeah, they did make it sound like a crime of passion, but I'm like, you ran upstairs, got the gun. You said Shilie ran after you. You hit her with the gun. Then you made her get in the car. You drove to, it's just enough time to calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
That now it's premeditated. You've spent several minutes still with the gun in your hand. Still, and there's someone now dead. You had time to think about it, calm down. And it's just, you pistol whipped her. If you see your child, your mother instinct is like, oh my God. Like, I've yelled so hard at my kids, like, yelled and immediate guilt.
Yeah.
Immediate guilt. If I ever laid a hand on them where they fell to the ground and
Oh
weren't
my
getting and
God.
was
I
not
can't even
getting
think
up,
about it. I
can't
can't
even
think about it.
think about it. It makes me want to vomit. So the fact that she saw her like that and decided,
Bludgeoned her.
I'm going to shoot her now 6 times. Like,
Yeah.
mm-mm. One of the jurors who wanted to remain anonymous said that had she not testified, they would have found her not guilty.
Shut up.
I mean, they said her emotions seemed fake. When she was supposed to be loud, she was loud. When she was supposed to be subdued, she was subdued. It was performative, and it, again, didn't land. There were also, contradictions, and she couldn't remember things that should be very easy to remember, and then she would add certain things that just very big backfire.
Yeah. They're like, are you drunk now?
Are you drunk now? You're on cocaine right now? Mm-hmm. Don't be. So on June 2024, June 1994, during her sentencing hearing, Vivian pleaded, I did not kill my daughter. I know the jury found me guilty of this crime, so I'm asking you to be lenient with me, sir. Just give me a chance to prove myself that I'm not the person people say I am. Then Vivian's attorney pushed for leniency, claiming she was a changed person, giving the examples of Vivian writing his wife a card and a warm letter for her birthday.
The attorney's wife?
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
That Vivian handmade a card for him for Father's Day. Who gives a shit?
What? Okay.
That Vivian had taken and completed an alcohol rehabilitation program. Who gives a shit?
Okay.
Surprisingly, Vivian's eldest daughter.
It's called jail.
Yeah.
Obviously. You ain't drinking there. Yeah.
Right. Toilet water. Or toilet wine, whatever.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, Vivian's eldest daughter, Trina, testified in support of her mother, saying, my mother did her best to raise us, and she did everything she could for me and my sisters. I love her, and it really breaks my heart to see her like this, which is strange. Vivian's youngest daughter, Clara, was also in the courtroom in support of her mother, but she didn't speak. She was still so young. So probably for the best, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sad she had to sit through that.
I know. I wonder what Trina's stance was about, too.
Well, when did Clarence and Vivian get married? Maybe she didn't.
Well, they didn't get married. They're, again, common
law.
But I don't know. Did I say
maybe,
year? I don't know.
I don't know, but maybe Trina wasn't victimized by that monster. So, like, to her, maybe her childhood wasn't as bad, whereas Shilie got really the brutality of that. I mean,
or maybe vice versa.
That's not.
Maybe
she didn't accuse him of rape. He got her pregnant, and it's confirmed. Like, that's
right.
What?
Right.
Oof. Maybe. Ew. I mean, he is a monster, and
or
the fact
maybe
that
he's such a monster, and Trina knows that. She's like, no,
scared.
my mom cannot go to jail, just like you said.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I have a little sister.
Maybe.
Vivian was sentenced to 10 to 20 years in prison, which apparently is on the longer side for third-degree murder. And the reason for the longer sentence is because she refused to admit that she murdered her daughter, and she showed little remorse. He also commented that even the people defending Vivian didn't acknowledge what she did, didn't say, like, she did something terrible yet redeemable. Instead, they made it seem like Vivian didn't do anything wrong at all.
Yeah.
Judge didn't love that. So Vivian ended up serving only 10 years, and she was released in 2004. And as of October 2020, she was living in Philadelphia.
Oh,
Not much
shit.
else on her. I know.
Oh,
her
God.
best friend, Andrea, who lived across the street again, to this day, she has a lot of guilt over Shilie's death because she felt like she should have convinced her to stay the night at her house as planned, knowing that, Vivian was abusive. She also said one day after Shilie's death, Andrea was sitting on the couch watching TV with the lights off, and she saw something out of the corner of her eye.
Oh, God.
When she turned towards it, she saw a silhouette of Shilie standing in the doorway of her kitchen.
What?
Andrea reached for her phone on instinct because she was so scared. But when she did that, the silhouette came closer.
Stop it.
I know. And began to fade. As Andrea looked around the room, she noticed that the cushion on the sofa next to her was sunken as though someone was sitting there.
I am freaking out.
I know. Moments later, she saw it rise back up as if someone just stood up. She immediately called her grandmother, who assured her that she probably wasn't going crazy what she saw was probably real.
Oh my God.
A day or two after this first encounter, Andrea was lying in bed when the ceiling light suddenly turned on. By this point, Andrea felt Shilie was trying to let her know that she was still around, which brought peace to her. She was comforted by this.
Oh, good.
How, like, that's nice. As long as she loves it, I love it.
Sure.
Like, oh, that's sweet. So
that brings up a good
comforted by
point, though. Why didn't she, after she hung out with Sean, go to Andrea's house?
I don't know.
If that was already approved by Vivian.
Probably because she wanted to sleep in her own bed before a track meet.
Yeah.
She just, I feel like we used to do that. We'd say, like, we're going to spend the night out, but it's really just to have a later curfew.
Sneak back in.
We didn't. We decided not to.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why she decided so early. I mean, she called Vivian at 8:30 to say, I'm not spending the night anymore, but I will be late.
Yeah.
So yeah, but she just probably wanted to go home, be in her own bed, you know?
I get it. Wow.
And that is my truly insane, heartbreaking, psychic calling case of Shilie Turner.
That's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Wow. That psychic really. So what else I want to know what else she's done. Why doesn't she have her own show at this point? I mean, I guess this has been over 30 years, but.
Oh yeah. Let me see her other famous cases. That would be an interesting thing to pull.
God, I can't believe that bitch is out. Now I'm scared.
I know.
Never mind, Vivian, you're cool.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. People always ask that. Aren't you scared? Like
to piss off the wrong person?
Yeah. I'm like, we're not.
Please, we're not the first. Certainly won't be the last to talk shit about you.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, come on. Valerie Morrison's most famous psychic case involves a teenager who went missing and was later found murdered, with Morrison's visions helping police find the victim and her killer. She's also known for a 1979 psychic profile of the Son of Sam killer for a warning she gave to Philadelphia Mayor Frank Rizzo before a refinery explosion. Wow.
Well, wait, what'd she say about Son of Sam?
Hold on. She called into a radio show to warn Philadelphia Mayor Frank Rizzo to be careful as he would be injured away from a blast. A week later, an oil refinery exploded while Rizzo was at the scene. He was injured by the blast. Son of Sam profile. Morrison reportedly provided an accurate profile of the Son of Sam serial killer who terrorized New York City in the 70s. Well, what'd she say? And a 2006 episode of the show Psychic Detective featured Morrison's work.
That's what you source. That's the story you just told us.
That's the story I told. I was saying if it was going to be another one, but no. I'm sure this is her most famous for that area. Hold on. But what was the 1979? Oh,
the refinery thing you said.
Yeah.
But the Son of Sam thing's interesting.
Son of Sam is very interesting.
Well, she did a great job.
She did a great job.
Stellar job. Poor Shilie.
Poor Shilie.
What an awful story.
God,
I hate that.
Awful story. She was not done living. She was gonna. I mean, like,
she would have been a gold medal Olympian. That's so crazy. Wow.
Right. Sad. Custom shout out is from Heather.
Mm-hmm.
I like to shout out y'all. Oh, you didn't
so
have to
nice.
Do that. You guys are insanely hilarious. Oh my God, I know. And I'm so grateful for finding this podcast. I've never laughed out loud to movies, shows, or podcasts ever until I found yours.
Wow.
And I love pirating your catchphrases, especially the shotgun sound.
Oh. Pyong pyong or pyong pyong.
Probably.
Yeah, I think that we do that more.
Also, I'd like to shout out my boyfriend, Ben. I'm so glad you didn't just waste one on us. Okay. I'd like to shout out my boyfriend, Ben. He is truly the best. I'm the biggest scaredy cat. So after listening to your podcast all day, he makes me feel safe through the night. That's nice.
Oh, that's nice, Ben.
And he started listening to PATW. So he'll hear this. Hey, Ben.
Hey, Ben.
And Rachel and Rebecca. Y'all are the best. People are the worst. Hey, Ben.
You're the best, Heather and Ben.
Heather, you're the best. Thanks for keeping Heather safe, Ben.
There you go. Attaboy.
Patrons: Chili, Bailey, Shannon, Catherine, Monica, Kylie, Chase, Kelsey, Brooke, Mystery History Ho.
Oh. Tell me more about
so
that.
Hard on yourself. You're not a hoe.
I want to know more mystery history.
Lisa, Kay, Sarah, Allie, Marsha, Christy, or AT, Mavis, Megan, Jennifer, Angela, Tara, Gayla, Holly, Kathleen, Tara, Demi, and Wyatt.
Wow.
Thanks, guys. Oh my God,
Thank
that was so many,
y'all.
right?
Right.
Thank y'all so much for joining. Continue telling people, your friends. Leave us a review. Throw something up there. Makes us climb those charts.
Please. We love it, and we love y'all because y'all are the best. People are the worst.
Especially caregivers who murder. Ugh.
It's fucked.
Bye.
Bye.